everybody, Happy New Year, welcome back to my channel. I am back in my chair, everything's back to normal. I am no longer on a wistful mindfulness or pancake making journey, and I'm here to talk to you about some law. In my last video, I asked you to give me some suggestions for what you wanted to see on LAB from a law perspective this year. And a couple of you said you'd be interested in a do's and don'ts video for application forms and other parts of the process. So I am going to do that today. This is the last applications video I'm going to do for a while because deadlines for vacation schemes are closing very soon, and then we'll move on to other parts of the process like interviews, assessment centres, etc. So I may revisit applications a bit further down the line when training contract applications are closing, but for now, this is the last one. I'm just going to go through a few examples of where students could potentially improve on their application forms today. There are loads of pitfalls and ways that you can improve your application form, and I'm actually going to link a web article in the description below which really helps with that, so have a look at that after the video if you're interested. I've seen a few application forms over the years, not just for training contracts but for other types of legal role where the principles and questions are broadly the same. So I've had a look through some of them and I've pulled out a few key points where I think there are areas for improvement and quite common areas where you see people making mistakes. I am reading from my laptop today, I don't have a printer at home, struggle is real, so I'm really sorry that I'm going to be looking down a little bit, but I am just reading from examples that are on my computer. Okay, first thing, basic information about yourself. Email address, littlemiss69@gmail.com, not cool anymore. Totally fine for all your personal stuff, please feel free to keep it, but set up a new email address for your application forms, even if it's just solely for that process. Just your name at a reputable provider.com is fine. Next thing, academics. I achieved level 3 BTEC extended diploma with D star, D star, D star. Whoa, what? I have no idea what that means. I'm sure you do, and I'm sure it's excellent, but I don't know everything about all different types of academic degree and exams and ways of achieving these different grades. So it would really help if you could just give me in brackets what the equivalent UCAS points are for that, or just a bit of an explanation as to what it is. Just a single sentence, because generally speaking, if I have to Google something about your application form to find out what it means, that's a no-go. I'm not doing that. Ain't nobody got time for that. So just a little explanation, excellent. Next one, this is about work experience. So during my gap year, I managed to gain 2 weeks valuable work experience in my parents' business. Guess where the apostrophes go in that sentence and any other spelling mistakes? I'll tell you. First of all, gain. Gain with an E? No, gain doesn't have an E on it. No E. Next, weeks. K apostrophe S. Valuable work experience in my parents', no apostrophe, business. Apostrophes, oh my god, they are my bugaboo, and I know I'm not alone in that with recruiters. Apostrophes are misused so regularly. So for the avoidance of doubt, it should be weeks apostrophe after, and the same with parents, there should be an apostrophe after the S. If you are not sure how to use an apostrophe, please Google it. Even if you are sure how to use an apostrophe, please just check, because it is such a big turn off, and maybe I am being too difficult about this, but whenever I see an apostrophe used in the wrong place, I just think you are going to have to do something amazing to come back from this, because that's really annoyed me. So I know it's a pain, and apostrophes, I mean, they are a mystery in some circumstances, so if you're in doubt, just don't use it or Google it. Other things. I note from your website that your firm has over 100 partners and over 50% of them are women. Being an aspiring female lawyer, I was very pleased to read this. Okay, my firm has 100 partners and over 50% of them are women. I know that, I work here. Don't just regurgitate stats back to me. That doesn't really show anything other than you can quote from my website. So I've suggested another way to write this, which I think would be better. And it goes something like this. I believe that I would be an excellent fit for your firm because I strongly support and identify with your firm's values. In particular, I'm a strong advocate of women's rights, having spoken at X, Y and Z rally about this issue, and I was impressed to read that over 50% of the firm's partners are women. You can then go on to talk about what you bring to the firm as a result of your advocacy experience and why you'd be a great fit, etc. But try and slip in some facts that you know about the firm without just quoting them outright, because that doesn't really show anything. So I'm not saying that's the model answer in any way, but that is a better way of getting what you know about the firm into your answer than just blurting it out. Okay, next and final thing that I'm going to say is an example of a question about competency skills. So the question is, broadly, describe a situation where you've demonstrated excellent client service. As an employee at X, I successfully led a team of colleagues to produce Y. This required A, B and C skills, which improved my ability to tackle D. One of the difficulties I faced was E, and to overcome this, I did F. By doing this, I was able to complete the task effectively, yielding G, positive result, and from this, I gained valuable experience in H, I and J, which will assist me in my goal of becoming a trainee solicitor at your firm for K, L and M reason. Ostensibly, that's a great answer. It's a great STAR model, situation, task, action, result. Really, really good answer, but it doesn't fit the question. This answer talked a lot about leadership and working as part of a team, but didn't actually nail down any exceptional client service. And this I see a lot. Someone puts down an excellent answer and it's clear that they've used this answer in another application and they really, really like it. So they want to try and fit it into every application now because they're so pleased with it. But that never works. You really have to read the question and tailor your answer to fit the question. Don't try and make an existing answer that you have fit the question that you're being asked. That's the wrong way around to do it, and it'll be obvious that that's what you're doing. The questions that are on the application form are not pulled out of the air by the firm. The people who are designing the application forms really think about it. They think about what they want from their trainees and what skills they want to see evidenced in the application form. So if they've asked you about client care, they really want to hear about client care. If they wanted to know about leadership skills, they would ask you a question about that. So even if your example of client care is weaker than your example of leadership skills, always use the example that fits the question. Try and get your leadership skills elsewhere on the application form. Hopefully there'll be a question about that, or you can put it in your cover letter or your work experience. Try and weave that in elsewhere if you think you're really strong in that area, but make sure your answer is always tailored to the question. There are loads of examples of pitfalls and improvements that I could give on this video, but I am going to link that article below, so please have a read of that if you want to see more, and I don't want to bore you with this video any longer. I also stress, as I do in a lot of my videos, that I am not an expert in this. I am not a recruiter. I am just a solicitor who got a training contract at a big firm, and I'm just giving you some pointers from what I've experienced since then and what I've learned from going through the process. So my advice is not the be all and end all. I'm just trying to help you guys as much as I possibly can. So please let me know if you do find it helpful and if you want me to do anything different to improve the videos, as always. So hope you have a good week, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!